How many of you have noticed the crowd outside the DV lottery application form? How many of you have witnessed the traffic jam to apply EPS to labor in Korea? Or outside the manpower companies, or even outside the embassies to file the visa application? How many of you have noticed the news, headlines, and the images that portray young people leaving Nepal at Tirubhuvan International Airport? It feels like every young, talented individual is prepared to leave this nation if they are provided with the opportunity. How many of you felt sad about the loss of 2 lives in the recent shootout? Not only youth, the prominent figures with better financial flexibility in the social portfolio, they are leaving the nation. Have you noticed this news? Does this bother you? Does this scare you? Does this concern you? I guess it should and it must. Namaste and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In the heart of every nation, human capital is central. When the people choose to leave their nation in massive numbers, not only economic but layers of social problem appears in the surface. Nepal is witnessing this phenomenon right now, and we call it brain drain. Brain drain is the migration of young and talented individuals from one country to another country in search of better opportunities, higher salaries, and improved living conditions. However, this is not only the outflow of the people, this is not only the movement of the people, but the outflow of our valuable resources, that is human capital. And this phenomenon has created a threat to the foundation of our society and economy. If we want to end the brain drain and prevent our non-residential Nepalese from becoming non-returning Nepalese, we must be able to understand why are our talented individuals increasingly seeking to settle abroad. Why are our successful innovators and professionals distancing themselves from motherland? These questions may be tough, but we must be able to understand them. Nepal's brain drain is quite complex in nature. Our country has entered from the era of becoming laureate to the era of becoming NRN. If we refer to the immigration data, in 2023, 1.7 million people left this nation in search of better opportunities from Tirubhuvan International Airport itself only. That means we are losing 3,000 young people every day. Why? Several research has indicated that political instability, lower salaries, and inadequate social security has contributed to this phenomenon. The gap between our people's expectation and the government service delivery has also contributed in driving the brain drain. Education system misalignment is another important factor. Our graduates receive training and education. However, they are not provided with sufficient employment opportunities. If we look into the financial potential of those who are pursuing their education abroad, this is quite evident that they can achieve their fundamental requirement quite quickly, like having their own cars almost instantly, buying a house within a few years, and settling with their families in the foreign land. It is so fascinating that how can our young people secure their future in such short period of time without the support from the family and ancestral property? It is because the youth's willingness to work and the dignity of labor is considered as an asset in the foreign land. However, in our context, none of them are considered assets for this nation. Now, let us talk about the impact of the brain drain in the context of our nation. With every skilled professional living out of the country, we lose the potential of innovation, growth, entrepreneurship, and economic development. When they board the flight out of the nation, our nation loses a flare of hope, leaving behind a weight, waiting to be fulfilled. As our skilled people live, our hospital remains without doctors and nurses. Our universities remain without students and teachers. And our fertile land remains barren. As a result, our economy shrinks down. The true potential of every nation lies in its human capital, and this is the time to internalize and address the issue. Nepal is built on age-old tradition and culture. Once the part of family disappears, the family value breakdowns, resulting various social implications like fragmentation of families and communities. These all hamper the long-term development of our nation. It's high time we internalize this issue and start working towards creating a better future for our younger generation. And also start to work to retain our skilled individual to help our country progress and prosper. Brain drain could be a global trend, but let's not make this our national anthem. It's time to figure out the policy in bring back the brain again. In this context, I would like to put forward few questions. Who wishes to abandon their family and country without desperation? How can we create a conducive environment where our people's basic aspirations, fundamental aspirations are addressed? How can we create the resource and support system to our young entrepreneurs without the red tapes along their way? How can we reduce the bureaucratic hurdles and make our system more efficient? How can we create a welcoming environment to those who are willing to return back, contribute to the nation, and create more success stories? Let us discuss some possible solutions to these questions. Our universities must think about redesigning their curriculum to meet the 21st century challenges. We must be able to make our universities autonomous so that they would be able to bridge the gap between the industry and the academy. We must improve the quality of our education, aligning it with the market needs so that we can enhance the employability of our graduates. According to the Nepal Living Standards Survey, investment in education and skill can increase the likelihood of individuals to stay in Nepal. Creating a supportive environment for business entrepreneurship can encourage skilled individuals to start the business rather than going abroad. In today's context, enhancing governance and strengthening institutional capacity is must, where every citizen trusts for transparency and the efficiency of our system. We must be able to find out or develop the policies that makes our government more efficient, more transparent, and more accountable. Facilitating return and reintegration could also be another solution to this. We should be able to encourage our Nepalese diaspora who are willing to return back to Nepal. If we are only able to tap the resources and skills from the NRM, I believe we would have sufficient resources to invest that could possibly drive the engine of our national economy. That could set a new narrative of from brain drain to the brain gain. So today, at this point, at this stage, I urge everyone, regardless the policymakers, educators, change makers, entrepreneurs, or a concerned citizen of this nation, to unite in addressing the challenge of brain drain. Let us prioritize the policies that promote economic development, growth, and entrepreneurship of our nation. Through this, we could harness the potential of our skilled professionals. Together, let us shape the destiny of our nation and build a Nepal where every individual has the opportunity to thrive and contribute to a better future. Let us remember, it's time to turn the tide and bring back the brilliance that belongs to our nation. Together, we can reclaim our talent and build a better future for Nepal. Thank you so much.